As an authority having jurisdiction, understanding the code's letter and intent is critical. Not every situation fits neatly into a black and white rule. Common sense and professional judgment become important tools to ensure electrical installation safety and integrity. Relying solely on common sense isn't always practical. Codes are created to provide a consistent and comprehensive framework. This framework ensures installations meet minimum safety standards. Ignoring minor deviations without clear justification could undermine the code and increase electrical hazard risks. However, the code acknowledges gray areas and allows exemptions. The minor nature exemption in 110.3 B allows authorities having jurisdiction to waive minor violations posing no significant safety hazard. Special permissions and field evaluations can be granted where the code doesn't specifically address an issue or alternative solutions are needed. Removing the approved designation would be unwise. Approved equipment undergoes testing and certification by recognized testing laboratories to meet safety standards. This provides assurance the equipment is safe and reliable, thus reducing the risk of electrical accidents. Non-enforceable code sections, while not legally enforceable, serve important purposes. Firstly, they provide guidance to inspectors and installers on code interpretation and application. Secondly, they promote good electrical practices and industry standards. Thirdly, they help ensure electrical installations are safe, functional, and energy efficient. Authorities having jurisdiction should aim for consistency and fairness in code enforcement. However, they should also exercise professional judgment and common sense when needed, particularly when minor deviations pose no significant safety risks. The code provides a framework, but it can't anticipate every situation, and exceptions may be appropriate. Non-enforceable sections offer valuable guidance, ensuring electrical installations meet high safety and efficiency standards. Code compliance involves more than rote application of rules. It demands a nuanced understanding of the potential hazards, the specific context of the installation, and the overall goal of ensuring a safe and reliable electrical system. This requires a combination of technical knowledge, practical experience, and sound judgment. The role of the authority having jurisdiction is not simply to find fault with every minor deviation from the code, but rather to assess the overall safety and integrity of the installation. This means considering the potential consequences of a violation, the likelihood of it occurring, and the available means of mitigating the risk. In some cases, a minor deviation may pose no significant threat to safety and may even be justified by practical considerations. In such cases, it may be appropriate for the authority having jurisdiction to exercise discretion and allow the installation to proceed. However, it is important to document the decision and to ensure that the deviation does not create a precedent for future violations. Conversely, even seemingly minor violations can sometimes have serious consequences. For example, using the wrong type of wire or conduit can create a fire hazard, while improper grounding can lead to electrical shock. In such cases, the authority having jurisdiction must take a firm stance and require the necessary corrections. It is also important to be aware of the potential for cumulative effects. Even if each individual violation is relatively minor, the combination of several violations can create a significant safety hazard. Therefore, it is important to take a holistic view of the installation and to consider the overall impact of all the violations. One of the key challenges for authorities having jurisdiction is to stay up to date with the latest changes to the code. The code is constantly evolving to reflect new technologies, changing safety standards, and emerging risks. Therefore, it is important to participate in continuing education and to stay informed about the latest developments in the electrical industry. It is also important to be familiar with the various resources that are available to help interpret and apply the code. These resources include the code itself, as well as various handbooks, guides, and technical publications. In addition to technical knowledge, effective code enforcement also requires strong communication skills. Authorities having jurisdiction must be able to explain the code requirements clearly and concisely, and they must be able to work effectively with electricians, contractors, and other stakeholders. This requires patience, diplomacy, and a willingness to listen to different perspectives. It is also important to be able to document and communicate decisions effectively. This includes providing clear and concise written explanations of violations, as well as maintaining accurate records of inspections and enforcement actions. Effective documentation is essential for ensuring consistency and transparency in the enforcement process. Finally, it is important to remember that the ultimate goal of code enforcement is to protect the public from electrical hazards. This means that safety must always be the top priority. However, it also means that code enforcement must be fair, consistent, and reasonable. By striking the right balance between these competing objectives, authorities having jurisdiction can help to ensure that electrical installations are safe, reliable, and efficient. The importance of listed equipment cannot be overstated. Listing provides assurance that a product has been independently tested and certified to meet specific safety standards. This testing process helps to identify potential hazards and to ensure that the product is designed and manufactured to minimize the risk of electrical shock, fire, and other hazards. When selecting electrical equipment, it is always best to choose products that are listed by a recognized testing laboratory. These laboratories have the expertise and resources to conduct thorough testing and to ensure that products meet the applicable safety standards. In addition to listing, it is also important to ensure that equipment is installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and the requirements of the code. Improper installation can negate the safety benefits of listed equipment and can create a significant risk of electrical hazards. Therefore, it is important to hire qualified electricians and contractors who are familiar with the code and who have the experience to install equipment safely and correctly. The code also includes provisions for special inspections and field evaluations. These provisions allow authorities having jurisdiction to evaluate equipment that has not been listed or that has been modified in some way. Special inspections and field evaluations can be used to determine whether the equipment is safe to use and whether it meets the applicable code requirements. These evaluations are typically conducted by qualified electrical inspectors or engineers who have the expertise to assess the safety and performance of electrical equipment. The code recognizes that there are situations where strict adherence to the rules may not be practical or feasible. In such cases, the authority having jurisdiction may grant special permission to deviate from the code requirements. However, special permission should only be granted after careful consideration of the potential safety implications and after ensuring that the alternative approach provides an equivalent level of safety. The code also includes provisions for non-mandatory informational notes. These notes provide guidance and clarification on the code requirements, but they are not enforceable. Informational notes can be helpful for understanding the intent of the code and for applying the requirements to specific situations. While these notes are not enforceable, they can provide valuable insights and can help to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. The code is a complex and comprehensive document, and it can be challenging to interpret and apply. Therefore, it is important for authorities having jurisdiction to have access to the necessary training and resources. This includes participating in continuing education, attending industry conferences, and consulting with other experts in the field. By staying up to date with the latest developments in the electrical industry and by having access to the necessary resources, authorities having jurisdiction can ensure that they are able to effectively enforce the code and to protect the public from electrical hazards. The balance between strict code enforcement and common sense requires a thoughtful and nuanced approach. Authorities having jurisdiction must be knowledgeable about the code, experienced in the field, and committed to protecting public safety. By exercising sound judgment and by working collaboratively with electricians, contractors, and other stakeholders, authorities having jurisdiction can help to ensure that electrical installations are safe, reliable, and efficient. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, is a comprehensive set of standards that governs the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. It is developed and updated every 3 years by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and it is widely adopted by states and local jurisdictions as the basis for their electrical codes. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It is a complex and detailed document, and it requires careful study and interpretation to ensure compliance. The primary purpose of the NEC is to protect people and property from electrical hazards. It sets forth minimum safety standards for electrical installations and is designed to prevent electrical shock, fire, and other hazards. The NEC is not a design manual, and it does not provide detailed instructions on how to design an electrical system. Rather, it focuses on the safety aspects of electrical installations and provides requirements for ensuring that electrical systems are installed in a safe and reliable manner. The NEC is organized into chapters, articles, and sections. The chapters provide a broad overview of the different topics covered by the code, while the articles provide more specific requirements for particular types of installations or equipment. The sections provide the most detailed requirements, and they often include tables, diagrams, and examples to help clarify the requirements. The NEC is constantly evolving to reflect new technologies, changing safety standards, and emerging risks. The NFPA conducts a rigorous process for updating the NEC every 3 years, and it solicits input from a wide range of stakeholders, including electrical contractors, engineers, inspectors, manufacturers, and consumers. The updating process involves a series of public meetings where proposed changes to the NEC are discussed and debated. The NFPA Standards Council then votes on the proposed changes, and the approved changes are incorporated into the next edition of the NEC. Compliance with the NEC is essential for ensuring the safety of electrical installations. Electrical contractors and installers are responsible for ensuring that their work complies with the NEC, and authorities having jurisdiction are responsible for enforcing the NEC. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in fines, penalties, and even criminal charges. In addition to the NEC, there are other codes and standards that may apply to electrical installations. These include state and local electrical codes, as well as industry standards such as those developed by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEE, and the American National Standards Institute, or ANSI. It is important to be familiar with all of the codes and standards that apply to a particular installation to ensure compliance and safety. The NEC is a valuable resource for anyone involved in the electrical industry. It provides a comprehensive set of standards for ensuring the safety of electrical installations, and it is constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and changing safety standards. By staying up to date with the NEC and by complying with its requirements, electrical contractors, installers, and inspectors can help to protect people and property from electrical hazards. The interpretation and application of the NEC require a thorough understanding of electrical principles as well as practical experience in the field. The NEC is not always clear and unambiguous, and there may be situations where different interpretations are possible. In such cases, it is important to consult with experienced electrical professionals and to seek guidance from the authority having jurisdiction. The NEC is a living document, and it is constantly being revised and updated to reflect new technologies and changing safety standards. Therefore, it is essential to stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC and to participate in continuing education to maintain competency. By staying informed and by exercising sound judgment, electrical professionals can help to ensure that electrical installations are safe, reliable, and compliant with the NEC.